15. Alyssa. Alyssa tries to call hospitals to find her parents with no success. She can't get through, even to 911. When she hears all circuits are busy again, she wants to smash her phone. Alyssa wanders the house to check on what everyone is doing. She notices Garrett filling up a bowl with water, and she realizes he is giving water to Kingston. This makes Alyssa realize she needs to do something too. Something where the good outweighs the bad. She sends Garrett on a mission to find Kelton, while she sneaks into the safe room and starts filling her backpack with water bottles, not for herself, but to share with the neighbors at the community meeting. Alyssa leaves the house and walks down the street, feeling uncomfortable after the events at the beach. She enters the Burnsides' house, the location of the meeting. She announces that she has water and how much she has. It doesn't take long for them to do the math and realize there isn't enough for all the families represented there. The people there begin arguing about how to ration the water so it's fair. Since they can't come up with a solution, they ask Alyssa to make the decision since she's the one who brought it. She notices the desperation in the eyes of the people and begins to be fearful. She lets one of the women take the backpack with all the water, and Alyssa leaves. Unfortunately, she realizes that Kelton's name was stenciled on the backpack, putting a target on the McCracken house. Back at the house, they eat dinner by candlelight, corned beef and cabbage and pumpkin pie. The two parents argue because Mr. McCracken wants to use the electricity, but Mrs. McCracken is trying not to flaunt to the neighbors that they have electricity. Kelton explains that this is called deprivation thinking and mob mentality. Alyssa recognized this with the earlier water bottle scenario when the neighbors seemed so quick to turn on one another and on her. Garrett asks what a bug out is, and Kelton explains that they have an emergency shelter. When Mr. McCracken says they can't go with them, he does say he will leave the keys and train Alyssa on how to use the security system. Suddenly, all the phones start vibrating with the emergency alert that martial law has been declared. 16. Kelton. Kelton thinks about the severity of two things could happen. One outcome is there will be enough military to get the situation under control. The second is that it fails. Kelton keeps these thoughts to himself. In the middle of the night, he is awakened by the motion detector alarms going off. People with flashlights are descending on his house. While Kelton's dad gathers his weapons, he orders Kelton to get the others in the safe room and get his gun. Mr. McCracken finds Jackie has the gun rather than Kelton, but doesn't address it at the moment. No one goes to the safe room. They all feel a need to watch and observe what is happening. As the banging on the door continues and voices get louder, Mr. McCracken prepares to shoot. Someone turns a key and Mr. McCracken shoots at the unknown intruder. A feeling of dread and sickening realization overtakes the McCracken family when they notice the intruder was actually Kelton's brother, Brady. Brady is dead. While Mr. and Mrs. McCracken sob over his body, the crowd floods through the back door. Kelton decides to take matters into his own hands, grabs the shotgun, and aims to shoot and kill every last one of the invaders. 17 ahead with a picture frame to prevent Kelton from shooting anyone. Jackie is assessing the situation, holding the gun, but wanting to preserve the bullets. Then, Alyssa shakes the keys to the BMW, signaling it's time for an escape. Alyssa tries to get Kelton's parents to come with them, but they refuse. Jackie and Garrett drag Kelton to the car. Jackie knows that the house will be completely picked apart until there is nothing left by the water zombies. Jackie starts driving as fast as she can to get away from the mob. She chides herself for thinking she could be safe in a house that was going to be nothing more than a target for the desperate, thirsty people. She has no idea where she is driving to. She just knows they have to get away. Alyssa starts navigating. Kelton is still knocked out, so Jackie urges Alyssa to wake him up. When he does wake up, he loses it, remembering everything that happened. He wants to go back to stop the mob and get back to his parents. Jackie emphasizes with Kelton and the horror of the situation, but leaves the comforting to Alyssa. Her efforts don't work, and Kelton's anger intensifies. He lashes out at Jackie. They keep driving and pass a tent city that has sprung up in a Target parking lot. Jackie reflects on how disappointing people are, how they can let a water shortage so quickly turn them into criminals, even murderers. Garrett offers Kelton a sip of water, and Kelton refuses, like water is the enemy. Jackie thinks to herself that in a way, it is the enemy. She asks Kelton where his family's bug out is. He responds with an angry retort. Finally, he reveals that the bug out is in Angeles National Forest. He tells them that the BMW won't be able to get them there. They will need a four-wheel drive vehicle. They decide to find Uncle Basil because he has a truck.